Welcome to Looking Good Yeah with Danielle, a show featuring fashion, creatives, and artisans, people who do it all despite it all. I'm Danielle Platt. With 20 years of building media campaigns and publicity for fashion and lifestyle brands, today, as a vibrant ball of energy, I'm a known creative producer, business development warrior, and mom. My mission is to share these inspiring stories of creatives, artisans, and purpose-driven entrepreneurs. I want you to be able to take your art and your heart and share it with the world. Their stories, they are not for me to keep when they can empower you to achieve and be your absolute best, when they can bring out the inner you. So I hope you can come along with me. You're looking good, you as you are. Hi, everyone. I have not been live in so long, and it feels so good to be back. I'm Danielle Platt, and this is Looking Good Yeah. Looking Good Yeah is you are looking good, you as you are. This podcast, this show has always been about creatives who do it all despite it all. Your inner you, it matters. I want you guys to be the best you can possibly be, which is why I'm so excited to be sitting here with the amazing David Medansky. And I'm going to let you share your magic. I'm just going to say that David Medansky is about to share his book, Break the Chains of Dieting. Woo! And it is amazing. I am so excited to have met you this past weekend, and I'm going to let you introduce yourself and tell us about your book that launched today on Amazon. Yay!
Thank you, Danielle. My name is David Medansky. I'm known as the overweight person's best friend because I help people lose weight without going on a diet, without exercising, and without having to count calories. Because I had my own weight loss journey. Back in July of 2016, my doctor told me to find a new doctor because I had a 95% chance for a heart attack. And he did not want me dying on his watch. So he didn't think I would lose the weight. During the next 4 months, I shed 50 pounds, 25% of my total body weight. I've kept it off. So I've written a couple books. The first book was Discover Your Thinner Self. The second book is If Not Now, When? Reduce Weight, Create a Healthy Lifestyle in 90 Days. And then I decided to Break the Chains of Diet because there's nothing else like it out there. What I've learned in doing research as a former divorce attorney is that the diet industry is basically designed to take your money. Diets are designed to fail. And so if you didn't lose weight on the last diet or you didn't keep it off, it's not your fault. The diet is to blame. So I've approached it from a lifestyle as opposed to dieting. Because diets, let's face it, they're temporary, hard to stick with, extreme, and sometimes potentially harmful to your body.
Absolutely.
So the book discusses 9 fundamental must-have principles for healthy eating and weight loss. However, you only need the first 2 to see significant improvement in your overall health. You'll have more energy, you'll feel better, you'll probably look better, and again, you'll improve your overall health. And that was the whole purpose of writing the book. This book is a little different than other books. I have stories in there. However, they're not success stories of other people. They're stories with life lessons. And I've applied those life lessons to eating healthy and reducing weight. And those stories can also be used for other aspects of your life.
This is fascinating as somebody who's always thinking about my inner self, my mindset, like how do we kind of keep it all in check, right? Because you have to keep your mental focus as well as your body strong. That's how you live your best life. Can you share what are these 2 principles, like some insight as to what should I do just to get started?
Sure. The first thing is to drink more pure water. And the reason I say that is 75% of the US adult population is chronically dehydrated. And there's a direct correlation to people being overweight because 72% of the US adult population is overweight, of which 42% are clinically obese. Our bodies are 60 to 70% water, not soda, not diet soda, orange juice, or fruit juices, or fruit beverages. And our bodies are 60 to 70% water. So why not drink more water? The other thing is a lot of times when people are hungry,
Mhm.
they're not really hungry, they're thirsty. So they eat instead of drinking water.
Mhm.
So that will help quite a bit. And then always people ask, well, how much water should I drink? Minimum you should drink is 64 ounces a day. However, as a rule of thumb, 1/2 of your total body weight. So if you're 200 pounds, you should drink at least 100 ounces of water. Of course, if you're outside and it's hot or you're doing a lot of physical activity, you need to drink more water to rehydrate.
Okay. And you said there's two. So one is water. What's the other one that people
The,
do today?
the other one is to avoid processed and manufactured foods.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because that's where most of the toxins lie in. That's where most of the unhealthy stuff is. And when it's a manufactured product, it doesn't occur in nature. And there's a commercial from the 1970s on margarine. It says it's not nice to fool Mother Nature. So there's consequences when you eat these manufactured foods. They're not worried about your health. They're worried about their profit and bottom line.
That
So
is,
if you just do those two things, you'll see
Mhm.
significant improvement.
I changed my diet. I mean, we're going back about 50 years ago. I went to a cooking school. And you would think I kind of knew how to cook, but my idea of making chicken, which I thought was healthy, was I take the chicken, I wash it, right? Put it in my pan, and I took whatever sauce I have and I just poured it on top. And then I would just take like a bag of vegetables and that would be dinner. So here I have poured sauce on top of chicken and a bag of vegetables from the freezer, and I'd call that healthy. And then I finally went to cooking school and I learned that if you use I learned that I was pretty much eating salt, sugar, and oil. And that's all I was feeding my body. Cooking school taught me how to use fresh ingredients. I will every now and again, I have 2 kids, so I still use sauces, but I've eradicated that from my diet. And once I learned, like, I used to just eat like a lean cuisine for dinner. I was never full. I was always heavy. I wouldn't say heavy. I completely obliterated all of that from my diet. Now just olive oil, salt, pepper, fresh vegetables. It will change your life completely. So you absolutely need these like fresh, wholesome foods. You also shared something that I've been telling people about. Can you tell me what's the magic about an apple? You share this incredible fact, and I've been telling it to people. So can you share about the magic of why people need to eat apples?
Sure. Number one, apples have the most phytonutrients in any fruit. There's thousands of microphytonutrients. And number two, a medium-sized apple has between 90 and 100 calories. However, it takes your body about 25 calories to digest it. So your net calories is really 75, as opposed to a Hershey bar, which is about 125 calories, has no nutritional value, and takes your body 0 to digest and process it.
Oh my gosh! So keep eating more apples.
But then not only that, they help you keep full.
Oh, they're the best.
And make sure you eat the skin after you wash it. Organic apples are the best if you can get organic. If not, regular apples good. Just remember they treat it with a lot of pesticides and other chemicals.
Okay. Okay, definitely right, because of the peel. You want to make sure it's organic.
Yeah. And then the other thing I would like to tell the audience is you may not realize our food, and I don't even call food, I call it edible products,
Mm-hmm.
scientifically engineered to optimize your craving for fat, salt, sugar, and texture. So when they say, bet you can't eat just one potato chip, it's not a dare, it's a fact. It's known as bliss point. And Howard Moskowitz is credited with creating the term bliss point because he worked for the food industry for over 30 years. And he's responsible for creating the different Prego spaghetti sauces, the different varieties of Dr. Pepper, Campbell soups, and others. And he brags that he was able to optimize people's cravings for it so they could increase sales, regardless of how it affects your health.
Oh, it makes me so mad. It makes me so mad.
Yeah,
What?
did you know an
Yeah.
Oreo cookie is more addicting than cocaine?
Oh my gosh. My kids beg, Mommy, can I have cookies? And Have an apple first. Have an apple first. What do you wish you knew if you could go back in time? What do you wish you could tell your younger self? Like if you're in high school or college, what do you wish you knew?
Well, for the most part, I was always fit and trim. And when I was in high school and college, I can go through a pound bag of M&Ms in one night and a half gallon of Breyer's mint chocolate chip ice cream and not gain weight. I was running 6 miles a day. I was working out. I was burning it off, not realizing, what I was doing to my body. However, life gets in the way. And before I realized it, with family obligations and work responsibilities, stopped exercising, started eating fast food, McDonald's drive-through, ordering pizzas, picking up, food to go. And the weight crept up on me. And before I realized, I was over 225 pounds. And that's when the doctor said, hey, dude, you got to do something. So I took it seriously. And I changed my diets, and I went back and started rereading the books I had from the 1970s with Paul and Patricia Bragg, Jack LaLanne, Richard Simmons, William Duffy wrote Sugar Blues. And then I started reading books today and realized that a lot of the books today have inaccurate or misleading information because a lot of the authors are medical doctors and they're promoting their own products and services, where back in the 70s, they were talking just about basics, drink more water, eat, fresh fruits and vegetables, organic if possible. So they've known about this since the 1980s, and yet the population keeps getting heavier and heavier. What's interesting is 2 years ago, the weight loss industry was $61 billion each year. And this year was 71 billion each year. So if diets worked, why are people going on diets over and over again? Here's another interesting fact. The average person will attempt 126 diets during their lifetime.
Really? Do you think it's COVID related? People are home, they're eating differently. I know we've what time is breakfast, lunch, dinner? Because we're home so much. Do you think that kind of created this impact for this increase of dieting and now people are going back to the world?
No, I mean, people gain weight because of COVID. However, people have been going on diets every year. At any one point, there's 145 million Americans on a diet. 45 million Americans will start a new diet each year. The problem is they go on a diet. Again, it's temporary. It's extreme, hard to stick with. Most people make their New Year's resolution to lose weight. Then they go to the gym and they work out for 2 or 3 weeks and they don't see results and they get upset. 100% of weight loss, what you put in your mouth. Exercise is great for overall health and fitness. It's for losing weight. The biggest example of that is The Biggest Loser. 66% of the contestants regained all their weight, some even more.
Really?
So it's not realistic. The other thing is with exercising, people always overestimate how many calories they burn and underestimate how many calories they're consuming because they're hungry. And here's an example. I have a client that for 3 weeks was doing everything right. The scale wasn't moving and he was getting frustrated. So I asked him, I said, are you exercising? He says, yeah, I'm walking 5 miles a day. I'm riding my bike. I'm doing this. I said, are your clothes fitting? He says, oh, they're loose. In fact, people are asking if I'm losing weight. And I tell him, no, because the scale's not moving. Well, the scale's not a good indicator. What he's doing, he's replacing muscle in place of fat. And muscle and fat weigh the same. 5 pounds of fat is the same as 5 pounds of muscle. However, muscle takes up a lot less space, right?
Right.
So the scale didn't move. His clothes were a better indicator. And that's what I tell people. Be patient. You see the national brands advertise lose 16, 20, 30 pounds guaranteed in a month. What they don't tell you is it's not sustainable and they regain it. The other thing is it's not realistic. So think of it this way. If you want to weigh 24 to 48 pounds lighter by this time next year, if you just lost 2, 3, 4 pounds a month, I think everyone could agree they could lose 2, 3, 4 pounds a month, not a week, a month. And you do that on an average consistently for 12 months. A year later, you're 24 to 48 pounds lighter.
And at that point, you've learned through the principles that you've been teaching how to have an overall more holistic, healthier lifestyle. And your goal would be that people can live longer and live in this. It's not just a diet. They're not going to go back to their old life the day it's over.
Right.
They now have a new way of living.
New way of living, new lifestyle, new choices, new way of relating to food, change their relationship with food.
Mm-hmm.
Most people fail to look at food as fuel for your body. Our bodies are incredible machines, yet we put all this garbage in. Most people take better care of their automobiles with oil changes and maintenance than they do their own bodies. And most people feed their pets better than they feed themselves. So again, if you don't love yourself enough to take care of it, what are you doing? And Dr. Bob Martin has a famous saying he likes to share. When you wear out your body, where else are you going to live? And it's not so much about living longer, it's the quality also.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, I'll be 67 and I'm planning to hike Kilimanjaro next June.
All right. Who wants to see him at the top?
Yeah. So, that's exciting. And I have, high school classmates and they're looking at me and they're like, wow, I need an attitude. I'm preparing to die. It's preparing to. So it's a mindset. That's what the book talks about. It goes into adjusting your mindset, your attitude. Think of a diet as a sprint. It's temporary in that it has a goal, finish line. And when you reach, you're stopped, you're done. What happens? You revert back to your old eating habits. However, if you change your lifestyle and your eating habits, then it's like a marathon. Except with this marathon, there's no finish line. You just keep going like the Energizer bunny rabbit.
Why now? Why is this all of a sudden? I mean, how long ago did the doctor tell you need to lose weight? And like, why today? Why are you launching this book today?
Well, again, it was 2016, so it was 5 years ago.
Okay.
In July. And I wrote the first book, Discover Your Thinner Self. And then it was good. And I wrote a second one, If Not Now, When? And that was better. And then I have an idea to share stories with the life lessons. So, for example, Darren Hardy is a big influence on my life from Darren Daly.
And from the compound effect, Darren. I was just
Exactly.
listening to that, right? Little habits every day, how they
done consistently over time.
Consistently over time will shift your life. That's my Audible book of the week. Okay.
So Darren's had a big influence on my life, and I acknowledge him in the book for that. And he talks about cheeseburgers, wine, and wedding, and what they have in common. So let's say you're at a barbecue and the host is making the special hamburger with the best, Kobe beef and specially baked buns and your favorite cheese and condiments. And he offers you one and you shouldn't eat it. What do? Well, you're going to say, no, thank you, because you're a vegetarian. It's not that you can't or won't eat the cheeseburger. You just don't. You have rules. Same thing with wine. You're at the same barbecue and the host says, here's your favorite wine. Would you like a glass? You decline because as a female, you're also pregnant and you shouldn't drink alcohol. So it's not that you can't or you won't. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say you're at a wedding and they have this incredible cake, world-renowned baker makes it, and everybody's oohing and ahhing, and you would really love a, except you're allergic to nuts, and the cake has nuts in it. So again, it's not that you can't or you won't, you don't. So you set rules for yourself. And if you stick to your rules for the most part, you'll do fine. Now, another part of the book talks about being the pilot on an airplane and being the pilot of your own weight loss journey. If you're going from Los Angeles to New York and you're off 1 degree, you'll be 150 miles off course. However, most planes are on autopilot and they're adjusting 90% of the time. So what I tell people is adjust your weight loss journey like you're on autopilot. You're always correcting. It's not that you have to be perfect. No one is perfect. And I'm not a purist and I don't pretend to be. I still indulge every once in a while and enjoy my slice of chocolate cake or pecan pie or pumpkin pie. However, I just have a sliver and a small portion and eat slower than before when I'd eat the whole slice and sometimes two. So there's little things you can do to change your whole perception of food.
Absolutely. And I think what you're trying to say is live life, but live it as healthy as you possibly can, so you can enjoy a bite of chocolate cake.
Right. Exactly. You know,
Breaking, but you want to break the chain. You want to break people's bad habits.
exactly. It takes 66 days to create a new habit. They've done research on it in England. And most people think, oh, it's only 21 or 30 days. No, on average, it's 66 days. And bad habits are hard to break. Good habits are hard to keep. And the example is, I love M&Ms. I haven't touched them since July of 2016, or Hershey bar, or Snickers, or Pringles potato chips. My downfall. I used to go through an entire canister and still crave more. So I learned they were addicting. Uh, so I look at it as, I'm a foodaholic. Like people are alcoholics. An alcoholic should not have one drink because they're not able to stop. I know if I start eating an M&M or a Pringles, I won't stop. So I just don't start. It's a choice. The way I look at it is, I'm not sacrificing, I'm not foregoing, I'm not doing any of that. I'm making a healthy decision. So it's a positive spin instead of a negative spin.
I got it. So this way people can live their best lives. And it's true. Get that stuff out of my house. And once I start, forget it. I am toast. The one thing that I have found is keep the healthy stuff in the house at all times. Like earlier today, we still have a huge mountain of Halloween chocolate piled up over there, but there's quinoa and rice. Just keep the healthy stuff within reach. And load up on the healthy stuff as much as possible. So you don't even have that craving. And the healthy stuff's really good. All right, so just kind of
your taste buds will change also.
Oh so. Yeah, and I took sweetener out of, I don't know what your theory is on like sweetener. I stopped with Equal and Splenda. I just took all of that out because what I found is the minute I go into a Splenda or Equal, I start thinking about chocolate and ice cream. So I just wiped out sweet. And now when I eat something sweet, I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. I can't handle this. So it really is. You can really trick your palate and your brain and reach yourself.
Well, the Equal and the, NutraSweet and all that, that's artificial stuff. That's all chemicals. And even though it's supposed to be 0 calories, like a diet soda, the 0 calories, people are like, well, how does that cause weight gain? Well, it has aspartame. And aspartame has 92 known side effects, of which one is weight gain. And we're like, how does that happen with 0 calories? Well, number one, the aspartame increases your cravings for sweetness. So now you're craving sweets. Number two, it inhibits your body from absorbing vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. So now your body's going into what they call starvation mode. So now it wants more fuel, food, so that it can sustain itself. It goes into survival. So if you give up that stuff, you'll be much better. Just drink water. Pure water.
Just drink water. Water, seltzer. Just drink water. All right. Well, I can talk to you about health food and fitness and living your best life. I could truly talk to you about that all day. But I'm just going to let you share. Your book came out today. Where should people find it? How should they use it? Any last minute parting tips? What would you like people to do next?
They can get it at Amazon for 99 cents on Kindle today and tomorrow. They can go to Barnes and Noble and get it online too. Some people don't want to support Amazon, so Barnes and Noble has it.
Okay, great.
They can also go to their library and request the library order a copy. The libraries will order a copy for them. Not to keep, but they have it. So that's one way to get it for free. Go to your independent bookstore. The store can order it for you. So it's available and they can get it. The best thing is, you may not have to lose weight. There's a lot of people who don't need to. Some people actually need to gain weight. And just because you're thin doesn't mean you're healthy. So be careful of judging people. However, if you know somebody that could, benefit from improving their eating habits and improve their overall health, share it with them. Give it to them as a gift, or, mention that you saw me and you thought they may be interested in learning about it. Again, it's entertaining. And Jack Canfield has endorsed and recommended it. Dr. David Friedman, international award-winning author of Food Sanity, wrote the foreword to it. So I'm honored that he did that. there's other people that, celebrities that have written blurbs for it and testimonials. And the main thing is, what I wish for everybody is that they have, overall good health.
I love what Jack Canfield wrote. I was just pulling it up, but it flew out of my phone. I'll just.
I could read it.
Yeah. So read what Jack Canfield wrote, and everybody should get it. Amazon, Barnes and Noble, but most of all, to live your best life. What did Jack Canfield share?
He wrote, with so much misunderstanding and disagreement on diets and weight loss, David Medansky offers an achievable, realistic, and simple approach for healthy and permanent weight loss that anyone can do.
All right. Awesome. I love it. Drink water, eat apples, fresh food.
Well, be careful about saying eat apples. Not everybody likes apples. So
organic apples with the peel.
Yeah, pears are good.
I like apples. How do you like them apples?
How do you like them apples? Yeah. And not apple pie either.
No, apple pie that's the same concept of Splenda. It starts off as sugar, but once you put it through the whole process, it's not a sugar anymore. It's a process. That's apple pie. So, yeah. But no longer an apple.
And be patient with your weight loss goals. And if you indulge a little bit too much, don't beat yourself up. Just keep moving forward. It's not a race to lose the weight. It's changing your eating habits and lifestyle.
1000%. Thank you so much, David. Well, I'm Danielle Platt. This is Looking Good. Yeah. You are looking good. You as you are. You can grab my book, which is ironically called Looking Good, which is everything you're trying to achieve. So my book, Looking Good, which is the 10 Commandments to be a Sales Rock Star and a Fashion Startup Playbook. You can grab that on Amazon if anybody out there is interested in, dabbling with the business of fashion. You can also grab the class that goes with it. That is on Udemy. I'm here, like David, for everybody to be their best selves and to shine. Take your art, your heart, your message to the world. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. It is not easy to write a book and share your message with the world, but you are doing it to really make an impact because it helped you.
Thank you so much, Danielle. Appreciate being a guest.
Hi, everyone. I'm Danielle Platt. I'm a creative connoisseur, and I'm known to be a vibrant ball of energy. Welcome to Jungle, my personal collection. For 20 years, I worked at advertising agencies and fashion magazines, building brands that you know, like Skechers and Hugo Boss. I mention this because for the longest time, I wanted to have my own collection. I wanted to create something that had meaning, that had purpose, that made you feel amazing, that would fire you up. This collection, Jungle, came together when a designer friend and I wanted to create something for a gala. It started off with this scarf that you can see that totes spirit animals, coffee, because we live on it, novelty like a hammer, a designer's best friend. It was worn on Zoom screens all around the world, building unity and community, firing people up with energy. The collection Jungle has grown, and I'm so excited. We have t-shirts, bags, scarves available for retail and promotional use. I am so excited because this collection is here to remind you to be your ferocious, outrageous self. Tell me what empowers you. It started off with the main message: stop playing small, play big, you can have it all. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoy Jungle, jungleandcoffee.com. I'm Danielle Platt, the designer, creator of the brand. Thank you so much. And remember, be your ferocious, outrageous self. No membership required, no permission needed. Enjoy.
I have a couple of expressions, when someone says, would you like a cookie or this piece of candy? No, thank you, more for you. Or it'll look better on you than me, or better in the trash than on my, ass.
Right. I'm not a trash can. It's over there. It'll look better on you than me.
And again, people don't realize our portions have been supersized without them knowing it. In the 1900s, the average size dinner plate was 9 inches in diameter. Today, it's 12 inches. Yet in Europe, it's still 9 inches. And in restaurants, it's 13 to 15 inches. So what I tell people is when you get your order, get a to-go box, cut it in half. So you put half to go and eat the other half. So you get 2 meals for the price of one. So you're saving money.
Right. I feel like I always end up sneaking the other side of it. So sometimes I have to destroy it. Like if it's chocolate cake, I cannot take half of it home. I have to like put salt and pepper and water. That thing cannot exist. It has to be untouchable.
You get to a point where you just take a couple bites and you push it aside and say thank you, and that's it.
Done, out of here. But that is true. And then you kind of have like that same good food for the next day.
I don't know if it's good food, but you have the same food.
You have the same food, right? Well, portion control, they say, is like the size of a fist.
Yeah, that's in the book too.
The
different portions for the protein, for the vegetables, for the oils.
When was the last time anybody like ate this much, rice? Like you have to be really mindful of it, especially if like you're in a Persian restaurant where they give you a big mountain of it.
I do.
You have to be so mindful. Well,
the other thing is red and yellow are appetite stimulants. That's why McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Denny's, Pizza Hut, Domino's Pizza all use red and yellow or combination in their marketing. Blue is an appetite suppressant. So I use a blue plate when I eat at home. And then I use a salad plate instead of a dinner plate.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, that's in the book too.
Yeah, that should be like the first principle, because everybody can do that without any thought. You can change your life. Anybody can go out and buy a blue plate. You should sell a blue plate with your logo on it. You should make a blue
I'll look
mug.
into it. Yeah.
Make a blue mug or something like that. Yeah, like a blue plate with a mug with your logo on it. But anybody can do that immediately.
Yeah. In fact, a lot of times I'll drink my coffee. It's either a black mug or a blue mug. This is from the Poison Pen, which is a bookstore here. So
you're in Arizona. That's really fascinating. I'm going to try that. I'm going to see it. We're going to go out and get some blue plates and see what happens. If that really
make sure they're salad plates. Do not get the dinner size plate.
7-inch plates, not 9-inch or 10-inch. The dinner plates are 10 inches.
They're 12 inches.
They're 12 inches.
Yeah. They did it's in the book. It's the Delboa illusion, where they took two circles, the exact same size. And one of them, they made a small outer rim, and the other one is a larger outer rim. And they asked people which was smaller and bigger. And even though they're the exact same size, the one on the wide rim looks like the smaller circle, and the one with the smaller outside rim looks bigger. And then they asked college students to serve portions on plates. And they always overserved on the dinner size plate because it looked like it was a smaller amount, and underserved on the salad plate because it looked like it was too much. So we reversed it. Our salad plate should be bigger and our dinner plate should be smaller. And the other thing about salads,
good luck with that.
I'm eating salads, it's healthy, I'm going to lose weight. A lot of salads, if you look at the menu, will have anywhere from 1,100 to 2,000 calories because it's the dressing, the croutons, the nuts, everything else, the cheeses, everything else they put on there that people think, oh, it's a salad.
Right. Caesar salad.
Yeah.
John, dressing.
Well, the best thing to do is get the dressing on the side, just use a little bit as opposed to how much they put on.
Right. And the dipping trick. So that way you can separate your salad into two, half of it away, and then you only have to dip. You dip the vegetables in the dressing. So that way if you have any leftovers, you could still enjoy it, because who likes soggy salad the next day?
Yeah. I drive my wife crazy because we'll make salads and I eat mine plain, nothing on it.
Nothing?
Nothing. Just the mixed springs with the spinach and some feta cheese and chopped walnuts and blueberries and cut up strawberries or raspberries and a protein, and that's it. tastes good to me. Cucumbers.
Because you've trained your palate.
Exactly.
And she hasn't come on board yet. So I
Well, everybody's different.
Everybody's different. I've been told I have a heavy hand on the salad pour, the salad dressing pour, but everyone is different.
Yeah.
Everyone's different. Very cool. Your wisdom, you've got some really good stories. That plate situation though, about the colors, the red and the yellow and the blue, I think that's a really easy challenge for people to take. Drink water, eat apples, but the plate thing is very, very interesting. I wonder if very subtly we can kind of see if that makes a shift. And I know also that sometimes I buy paper plates a lot. I know sustainability, but whatever.
No, but they sell blue plastic plates. You can use those.
They do, but I have the choice of buying sometimes like either an 8 or 9 inch versus the 10 inch. And I buy the smaller ones because my kids take a lot of food and then they don't even finish it. So I found that the smaller plates, exactly what you're saying, people take what fits their plate. And then if they want more, they go get more. But this way they don't overdo it because nobody wants an empty looking plate.
Yeah, we go to vacations and sometimes they're all inclusives and the buffets are all you can eat. The servers are always looking at me because I'll take a small plate and I'll get what I want and that's it, and I don't go back. And is everything okay? Do you feel yeah? And I watch these other people getting 2, 3, 4 big plates full, and I'm thinking just because it's all you can eat doesn't mean you have to eat it all.
Right. How do you know when the meal is done? I never go to the buffets like in Vegas. I never go because I never know when the meal is over.
Well, it's done when you say, thank you, I'm done. I push it away and that's it. It's you get used to it. But it's fun to watch people, I was up in Vancouver at Iman Aggie's course a couple of years ago for online courses. And about the 4th day in, we were at a big round table with 10 other people, and the lady to my left was looking, and she's, it's so difficult to eat healthy and lose weight, not gain weight when you're traveling. And another lady across the way looks and says, well, he does it. And she goes, what do you mean? She says, we've been watching you. And he just eats a little bit, even in the morning for breakfast. He tells the server he wants a small plate, not the big plate. I didn't say anything, at that point, I didn't have to. But yeah, people will watch what I eat. Sometimes I'll ask, well, what do you eat? Yeah, a lot of times lunch or dinner is a can of tuna. I eat the tuna right out of the can or put it on a plate, and avocado, eat it right out of the shell, take the pit out, and that's it, done. You learn to eat slow when you're on 550 calories a day for a while.
You're on 550?
I was. When I was losing the weight, I was on 550 calories.
Wow. What do you eat for breakfast?
Normally I don't. I'll eat about 11 o'clock. But if I eat breakfast, I like my bacon and eggs. I'll get my eggs, over easy, and bacon. Every once in a while, an English muffin. Sometimes, the homestyle potatoes or, hash browns.
That's a pretty normal breakfast.
Yeah. Oh, I like oatmeal. Oatmeal is my favorite. I get the steel cut oats and the rolled oats and I mix it together. And then I cook it and I throw in some ground flaxseed and ground chia seeds and chopped walnuts. And I use ground Ceylon cinnamon for sweetening because cinnamon is a metabolism booster. So I don't use honey.
Oh,
raw
really?
honey's good. Yeah. So you can even put in your coffee if you don't like black coffee. Instead of, put in ground cinnamon. It tastes really good.
Cinnamon is a metabolism booster. That's it. That's interesting to note. And then lunch, you'd have your tuna and avocado.
Yeah, or sometimes it's dinner, so sometimes I'll have, a protein drink in the morning. You saw me drinking my protein drinks.
I did, yeah. It was a specific kind also.
Yeah, so.
In your blender bottle. You take that with you everywhere you go?
I do. It's easy, it's portable, and,
shake it.
I mix it's a protein powder mix that I make myself. So I use 2 different protein powders, and I throw in some powdered organic coconut and maca and 100% cacao, organic cacao, which is different than cocoa. It's similar. It's the same thing. It's the way they process it.
Do you have these recipes in the book as well? That sounds really good. I wouldn't.
I'm not sure. I was in Vanna Harry's book for recipes. I was the only male that they took, and it was my oatmeal. And it's real simple. It's just,
Oh, I think your cookbook's coming next.
I don't know. I don't think people like to eat the way I do because I'm very plain. Some Italian seasoning, some ground black pepper and oregano, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, I eat like that. I mean, I'm not as aware of like the chicken of the sea versus the Kirkland, but I like to feed my body high energizing foods that are as clean as possible.
Yeah.
I like to have chocolate. But I like to eat the way you eat, but I think that it's not as available and it's not so obvious. So that is where you come in with your book and your suggestions, because what you just described in terms of the shake and all the different things that you mix in, it's not something I'm going to discover walking the aisle.
Oh, no. It's just something I do together. I was trying to think. There was something else that I do that surprises. Oh, I can go to any restaurant and order without looking at the menu. I met a girl who lost 125 pounds, and she said, before I go out with my friends, I always look online at the menu to see what I'm going to order ahead of time. I said, I can order without looking at the menu. She says, how do you do that? Real simple. I like grilled chicken or grilled fish or, grilled filet and a side of either, asparagus, broccoli, or baked potato plain. I'm good to go. And 100% of the time, they will accommodate my request. I just tell them the magic words are, I'm on a restricted diet. I'd like to order. And I tell them what I order. And they don't know why you're on a restricted diet. They don't know if you have food allergies, if you're on medications, if you're attempting to lose weight. And they never ask. All they hear is restricted diet. So they want to accommodate you. Even in Rocky Point, Mexico, when we go to the restaurants and I use that, I order a piece of fish down there and a side of, a vegetable. They'll come back 2 or 3 times. Can we use this oil? Can we put this seasoning on it? Sure. So it's like I said, they want to accommodate you. You go to any restaurant, they have a piece of chicken or a piece of meat or a piece of fish they can, cook for you. And it doesn't have to be deep fried.
Right. I mean, I like the way restaurants make the food though. So you're not really interested in restaurants anymore for a food perspective. You enjoy the company, the ambiance.
Yeah.
But
what I'm saying is I can go out and enjoy myself at a restaurant, not worry about it.
And you're okay with it. I think people just love food so much. And you just kind of have to say, I love my body and being healthy and strong so more.
Why do people go out to restaurants? So they can socialize or they can, enjoy a meal. They don't think of it as fuel for the body. And so many times I'll order what I want like that. And people look, oh, I like that. I should have got that, because they just think they're not able to. And so they order, what they're going to cook for them. With your kids, do they like almonds?
They do. I have a kid who loves, both of them like nuts. And I have one who likes the really salty stuff.
Well, it should be raw and unsalted. Yeah, it should be raw. What you can do is count out 10 of the almonds because 10 is about 100 calories.
So I can put it out for her, some almonds, baby corn, olives.
Yeah, and just
fish.
Make it a game.
Devour that.
Yeah, make it a game how slow they can eat the almonds. Because I had one client, he says, yeah, I had a handful of nuts. I said, handful? How many handfuls? 3 or 4. I said, that's 400 calories. I said, you can have 10. Count it out, make it a game how slow you can eat. Because he was watching TV, he was mindless eating.
Yeah, no, not good. But I kind of smash them up and I drizzle them on a salad.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah. That's why I said I throw in chopped walnuts into my oatmeal.
I feel I now need to be with you in the kitchen. We need to do some doing.
That's fun. Yeah, I saw a cartoon when I was, in college. Dennis the Menace. He says, "I'll eat the oatmeal when you can make it crunchy." So I figured out how to make it crunchy.
Put it in the oven, toast it.
Well, no, the chopped walnuts.
Oh,
Make it
okay.
crunchy.
That's awesome. All right, David, I'm going to let you go.
Thank you so much.
I hope I hope you get all the reviews that you're seeking for today, that you become the bestseller, that you get the reviews that you're looking for, and that most of all, I've really enjoyed this conversation, and we've just been chatting for an hour. So I feel like there's so much more in you that we could talk about. But, I really think you're here to make a huge impact on how people are living and people's health. So, from one person sharing it to many, I really think you're going to make some great impact. And I can't wait. I'm sure you're going to be on cooking shows, maybe Drew Barrymore or something next week.
I don't know about that, but that would be nice.
What a treat to hear these great stories. And it is even better that I get to share them with you. Come along with me at Danielle R. Platt on Instagram. What is your story that you'd like to share? Do you have an event coming up? If you're looking for exposure for your brand, or you're interested in taking your idea for a fashion and lifestyle product, whether you came up with it on the kitchen table or in the boardroom, you want to bring it to market. If you're looking to create t-shirts or merch for your company, I'd love to consult with you and hear your story. You can find my book and my masterclass, Looking Good, How to Be a Sales Rockstar and Fashion Startup Playbook on Amazon. For everything else, including my free guide on how to break into the business of fashion, find it at www.daniella today. This is Looking Good, Yeah, with Danielle Platt. You are looking good, you as you are.